that you're.
Flying.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey.
Almost fixing to be a ho ho ho.
Watch it. There's snow where we left. Don't jinx it.
In Idaho.
We got frost on the pumpkin here almost.
Oh, y'all do? Is that cold up there already?
Yeah, man. Pull up the weather map, dude. There's snow all up there where we're at.
Yeah. We dropped our low last night was 38.
I can send a picture. House cleaner. Check YouTube.
Yeah, I got it going. So welcome to the War Room. We are checking on the making sure you're live on all your platforms. You're looking good, Gandalph. Should be good on YouTube. I just had to fix YouTube having issues with it.
Mickey wants you to play that song again.
You know, Sheepdog, I've heard a bunch of people in the community say that they've gotten their YouTube channels back. I need to go see if I can get mine back. Because they didn't take it down, but I haven't been able to get into it for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I did see some people get some channels back that they came across with me. Like they haven't posted in a couple years.
Yeah, I checked the remote cameras on our house, and we got a dusting at our place in the mountains yesterday. The Brundage Mountain got 3 inches of snow yesterday. So Neil's to say going back that way when we leave Bama. We'll be us trying to figure out which way we're going.
Check that.
So, Sheepdog, my YouTube channel, my Gandalph YouTube channel, I haven't even looked at it in forever, but my my heads up video, my premiere video is that Bob Joyce's Elvis. You know, the preacher in Arkansas. And you remember that show, Bird? That was a good show. And that was a long time ago. And it's gotten a bunch of views. But I heard that Bob Joyce came out the other day. I don't know if it was an AI thing or not, but I heard that he came out and fessed up to being Elvis. And then there's also a narrative that says the fittest flat earther guy says that Elvis is actually Trump. I don't know if you've heard that or not.
Yeah, the twins.
Or from the same clone factory. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be Jesse.
He's even his plaque at the Cabbage Patch Factory. He does for real.
Yeah, he does have a plaque at the Cabbage Patch Factory. On the wall, actually.
Yep. Along with some other people.
Along with some other people, yeah.
At the museum, right? The Cabbage Patch Museum.
Well, they started wearing. I want to apologize to my audience for last night. Showed something on the screen I probably shouldn't have showed. It really caused a lot of trauma to some people. Huh? When I showed Hillary Clinton's picture.
Oh, I thought you were going to see those old people on bicycles that were naked.
Oh.
That bothered me. I will never recover from that one, Nadine.
I know, me too. That's why I had to speak up. I
didn't see it, and I just had a little trauma about open chains and naked old men on bicycles, and
you threw up in you threw up in your mouth a little, right?
Okay, we gotta change the subject now. Let's give it back to Sheepdog.
All right, pull up the old man on bicycles.
That's right.
We actually do have that footage in Portland. You know that, right? And I think most of the guys were going, "Oh my God, are they sitting on their hairy eggs?"
Okay, wait. I want to talk about this, like, sort of seriously.
Oh no! See what you did, Sheepdog.
I want to talk about this, like, from a serious side for just a moment. If you don't believe in NPCs, then how can you? I don't know how you don't believe in NPCs at this point, because those have got to be NPCs, right? Non-player characters are controlled by the program, and they're just there for background noise while you're playing your mission. That's what an NPC is in the first-person player universe. So if you were running the program, you just tell 20% of your NPCs to slip just to see if they do it. They're NPCs.
Here, let me pull that up. Here's one of them. Where are we at? Go to share screen here. There you go.
That looks like Gandalf.
Don't. Well, I wasn't gonna give it up, but
you found it.
I found the golf.
Never had that
I found the Hoff.
Sheepdog, I need your mic. So you're gonna echo.
We got you. I can't unmute you, sheepdog.
Big time echo.
There we go.
Check.
I would ride that bike.
We got you now,
nice.
sheepdog. Mm-hmm. That picture reminds me of the Geico commercial with the caveman.
His name's Daryl.
That's right, it's Daryl.
That looked like Gandalf 100 years ago.
I know. I've never had that hair. So, Jenny, an NPC is a non-player character. So, if you want to talk about the narrative, where we are in a simulation, and that what we're experiencing in this trapped physical realm as electrical beings is this simulation, then it's just like a video game. So the non-player characters in the video game are the ones that don't get you any points for engaging with, and they just take time. They make you play the game longer. Because if I'm a video game developer, which I have been in the past, you want to make it last as long as possible before the game is over so that the most value comes to the client. And some people like to go around NPCs. So an NPC is a non-player character who just takes up time in the game and takes you away from your primary mission.
What a good summary there, Gan.
Thanks, bro.
I think you got yourself muted there, sheepdog. We can't hear you.
Oh, I got myself muted. Oh,
Yep, there you go.
here we go.
We have no inner dialogue.
So I got some footage of y'all's trip here I want to share with everybody. Here's Bird Love and the Hubs.
Gotta play a song too.
Hmm?
Okay, this is why.
Dude, that is awesome.
What kind of genius person?
Y'all see that? I mean, oh shit. Wait.
Okay, this is why. Yo.
People do some
Glad that wasn't split up in trailer.
Right.
it's just
That was pretty crazy. I like.
Yeah, that was funny.
oh, hold on. Is this a song?
Yeah, but there was a video.
That
You know, we
is
said
fine.
it's again.
I want to mute. One mic, so you can hear.
That's your video. You muted yourself again there.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Gorgeous.
And if anybody wants to know, that is I-70 west of Denver.
I-70 west of Denver. Here's
That
the
is
other
correct.
one. No
I
snow.
think the other one was the same. I think
No snow yet, but it's coming.
there should have been two. I sent you.
This one.
Yeah, there's. Yeah, there's two of them.
Is this pictures or just music?
That's music.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I got the other video.
Here, it's an updated one. Hold on. Let me.
They
Is that the one? Is the one you played?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I sent the updated one.
See this
Yeah,
one.
that's it.
Yeah. I'm having to.
Do you want to tell them about your trip from Idaho?
Idaho. It might be Idaho.
Sweet home Jerusalem.
That's it. No, we've been on the road a couple of days now. This is day 4. So we've been through Colorado, Kansas. We're down here in Hillary Clinton's area
Oh damn.
right now.
That's
Yeah,
not good.
we're camped out here, and we're actually way off the main road. So I can hear dueling banjos off in the distance.
So are you telling us you're
And
not suicidal?
do it.
Are you telling us now you're not suicidal?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
We got plenty of cicadas. We're getting music from. We're out here by the river. So somewhere in about 100 miles west of Memphis.
Nice.
So we're having a good trip. It's been we had only one time we've had a lot of rain. Had some torrential downpours, 30-mile-an-hour winds as the storm blew through. But the rest of it has been pretty nice. So we got more pictures coming.
Awesome.
And no fishing poles.
No fishing poles.
Where is this at?
That's Brundage Mountain, about 10 miles north of where our place is in the mountains. That's what they got last night.
Damn, look at that. Them trees are gold.
That
Dude,
those
it's gold.
I have like 6 of those gold trees in my front yard. They're just beautiful.
What kind of tree is that?
You'd have to ask Birdlow what kind of trees those are. To me, I just call them yellow trees. They're aspens.
They're an aspen. Yes.
How long has your ass been there?
How long has your ass been there? And I
Like 2 years, and the property looks a bunch better.
Hunter Biden would have a field day there
Yeah.
with all that snow.
Right.
Oh, okay, hold on. Yep, you gotta laugh. When my jokes fall flat, I have to use the laughter button because I don't want to be left hanging.
You should have used a gold to blow reference there. You needed a transition from the gold. Hunter chased the gold and showed up for the snow. That might have been a little better, Sheep.
Thank you for playing cleanup.
Alone.
All right, there you go, Gandalf. You're just mad, Gandalf, because I got you on camera.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I would ride the shit out of that trail on that bike. My children made me stop
I'm
riding.
just glad that guy's got shorts on.
No, good luck. Make a commitment, right? go hard or go home, so to speak.
I hope he knows he needs a headlight on that, or he'll get a ticket. If you're going in
And a helmet.
Oh yeah, knee pads.
That's me going down the mountain. You get there before the gas station that sells PBRs closes. That's what that is. That's me trying to get to the gas station before the beer sales run.
Oh shit! That's when they know you've already had too many. Oh shit! He's here in his underwear.
Yeah, that's a bad story. If you're down the mountain on that saddle with no gear to cover your chestnuts, then they might not sell you when you get there.
Well, he knows he can't get a DUI on his bicycle.
Oh, he gets
You can in Colorado.
His shorts are way too long. Hey,
Don't
do you guys
encourage,
have
don't encourage him cheating.
So,
real quick, not to interrupt, but do you guys have the chat up on Rumble? I have it on the TV, and I'm not seeing the chat. Do you guys have that on there?
real quick.
No, she got that bike figured out.
There you go. All right.
Oh man, I wish I could keep up and actually have seen that. I can't ever find that bike.
And at Donnie7072, yeah, he hits that pothole plenty of times.
The pothole is a place you stop on purpose, not one that you hit while moving.
Play the what?
The song.
Oh, so the bicycle ride in Portland?
No.
Oh, no.
No,
That was terrible.
Y'all didn't see the bicycle ride?
No.
we did. We saw it like 100 times already. You did it already.
No, I didn't play the full 3 minutes though.
Oh yeah, you did.
The whole, not play the whole.
Oh
Dude, that's
Nadine is scarred. She don't want to see it again.
It goes in alignment with tonight's moon.
yeah. Good joke. Good one,
Was it
Sheepdog. You got
twice?
one in there.
No.
At first, I was wondering if Gandalf traded his mules in for a mountain bike.
No, it was me.
No, that was Bird. She did that. No, before you play that song, Sheepdog, let me preface that before you hit the play button.
Okay.
So I'll give you guys a little background on the song that Durendal wrote. For those that don't know, we're going to Alabama to play in a humongous softball tournament with our three boys and a bunch of men that I've known for 20 plus years that I played softball with. So I wrote this song, which my first one ever, thanks to Glendia giving me some hope. So I wrote this song, and I'm outlined it. I'm the granddaddy in it. Jimbo, our two boys are Big Country and Little G. Marty and Jack are 5 of the guys I played ball with for the last 20 years. So there's going to be plenty of pictures that show up next week of this humongous tournament that's coming up.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Totally. Team Chaos sweating in the dirt, bringing the hurt, bleeding and drinking in the high southern sun, from the very early mornings to way after dark. Beers in the coolers, red-eyed dogs on the grill, gripping and ripping singles, doubles, triples and dingers, hitting the gaps, drilling BBs, no life swingers. Granddaddy on the hill, Jack spewing smack. Jimbo big, sexy, cold brewing, big country talking trash. Little G quicker than the flash. One on the wagon, 2 dragging, and we ain't bragging. We ain't bragging. Every team, just another victim. Another victim. Music's loud, wow. We proud, wow. Bleachers always full of a crowd. Marty's hungry, talking about biscuits and gravy. Team's quiet, but acting crazy. One on the wagon, 2 dragging, and we ain't bragging. We ain't bragging. Every team, just another victim. Yeah. Big perms watching us from heaven, with Coors Light in his hand, screaming, let's get it on. If you ain't dirty, you ain't playing. You ain't dirty, you ain't playing. Infield's got it locked down. Outfielders flying around. Teams got the swagger. Number 1 team in town. One on the wagon, 2 dragging, and we ain't bragging. Tell me. Every team, just another victim. Yeah. One on the wagon, 2 dragging, and we ain't bragging. Every team, just another victim. Yeah. Let's roll.
Hey. Oh, no, you're going to play the country version now? All right. This is great.
Team Chaos. Sweating in the dirt, bringing the hurt, bleeding and drinking in the hot southern sun, from the very early mornings to way after dark. Beers in the coolers, red hot dogs on the grill, dropping and ripping singles, doubles, triples and dingers, hitting the gaps, drilling BBs, no lie swingers. Granddaddy on the hill, Jack spewing smack. Jimbo big, sexy, cold brewing, big country talking trash. Little G quicker than the flash. One on the wagon, 2 dragging, and we ain't bragging. Every team just another victim. Music's loud, we proud. Bleachers always full of a crowd. Marty's hungry, talking about biscuits and gravy. Team's quiet but acting crazy. One on the wagon, 2 dragging, and we ain't bragging. Every team just another victim. Big perms watching us from heaven, with Coors Light in his hand, screaming, let's get it on. If you ain't dirty, you ain't playing. Infield's got it locked down. Outfielders flying around. Teams got the swagger.
Thank you, Sheepdog.
That was pretty damn good, man. I love it.
Who are you, Carmen? Was that Carmen?
Calm down, Gracie. That was awesome. So now you can make a whole like playlist, like pregame,
But,
after game.
oh, dude. I was telling, and Bird knows that she knows me and the boys and the rest of the guys I play. This is going to be one heck of a laugh fest. And the crazy thing is they changed this from a 2-day tournament to a 1-day tournament, which means for us to win it all, worst case scenario, we're going to play 7 games in 1 day.
So we're gonna generate them so we won't know.
You might have
Best
to
case
fall
scenario,
off.
we play 3 and it's over.
You might have to fall off the energy drink wagon for that last game, old man.
Well, I told it to my sons, but they're like, Dad, we got plenty of beer. I'm like, dude, I cannot drink beer all day long and play ball. So I am sure there's going to be videos and pictures and Snapchats, and it's going to be one heck of a day.
Oh yeah, and then you can make some more songs after the tournament.
That is so true.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So part of this awakening
appreciate-
process, part of this awakening process that we're going through is doing exactly what Durandal is doing. You know, that those of us that are awake are usually not the younger generation. I think the dogs are the youngest in the room here, and so spending time with people doing actual things, planning the months in advance. When you have to plan for something 90 days out that you know you're going to do, you stop paying as much emotional attention to the news stream. You know, one of the reasons that I have such respect for the sheepdogs is they spend all day doing this. You know, I spend all day working on the property and keeping our place, you know, and almost 50 animals alive, right? So, but the sheepdogs have a commitment to this. They do a thing in the morning on Instagram every day. So it's stepping away and doing what Durandal's doing is very, very important. If you really want to wake up, you got to step out of the matrix and step back into relationships with actual people.
Yeah. You want to talk about the line dancing as well?
What was that? Gandalf know nothing. Gandalf doesn't know anything about line dancing, not at all.
Okay, I'll tell a story real quick if I can about the line dancing. So a while ago, we're in Arizona, and it's a people met online working group. We're there for a couple of months. We had some people come up and see us, and you know, of course, the Michael and Durandal and Birdlove showed up, and then we spent a week or so together. So one of the nights that we were there, we went out to go see Z. You guys know Z from the shows. We actually went and saw him live in this bar. So we trek across Arizona 45 minutes and get to the place, and it's a country bar. And these people are line dancing. So I'm sitting at the table across the mic, and I am just railing about line dancing. I am like, this is such an example of the program, moving in unison under a hypnotic beat, and just trashing line dancing as hard as I can. And then the next song comes up, and Mike gets up and runs the entire floor. He had 20 people running at his leg kick for the whole song. And he just looked at me like, this is line dancing, motherfucker.
Well, if you guys want to know the song that we were dancing to, or should I say line dancing, look up the Cupid Shuffle, because when that song comes on, you might as well get everybody on the dance floor. And if you don't know how to do it, I'll teach you how to do it. But I couldn't get Gand out there.
I was taking pictures.
No.
I bet you I can get Sheepdog out there. If not Mr. Sheepdog, I bet you I can get Mr. Sheepdog on the floor. Okay, we digress.
On dance.
Don't line dance.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
line
my-
dancing.
Kind of in meetings.
I do my own thing.
Now I'll take Jose with, maybe after a few drinks. I'm just playing.
Right? I got
He'll
you.
have to drug me or get me drunk or something. That's about
Yeah,
it.
I
I think
don't
that's
even think I
called
had.
line
At that time, I don't even think I had
You were
one yet.
working in the hospital.
Yeah, your beer came when you got to exit and went up for the song. I remember that evening very specifically. In Sheepdog, they call that line dancing lubricant. That's line dancing lubricant. That's what that is.
See, Susie Dodson, 2685, knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You get sheep out there, it'd be lion dancing.
Yeah.
Lion dance.
You just got to get out there and just do it.
Yeah, there you
Feel
go.
good.
The randomness.
Makes you feel good.
Just my own thing.
And it surprises people.
It raises the
Yes.
Yeah, they're line dancing. They're probably all doing that all 6 feet apart.
Oh, dang.
No, we weren't that far apart, dude. We were right.
Small dance.
It was a small dance floor. We were hip to hip.
Yep.
So line dancing was
That's ladies.
not restricted during COVID.
And I'm gonna tell you a secret to all the men. I learned to do this when I was in my early 20s. Because most men, 95% of men, will not line dance. But if you look out on the dance floor, who's on the dance floor? It is nothing but women, nothing but the female species. So if you want to meet people, get out there in the middle of the whole group. It's a mosh pit.
There's only one song that I'll line dance to. All right. There's only one song a sheepdog will line dance to. If you play this song, I'll be out there on the dance floor in 2 seconds.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Oh,
There you go.
It's on.
Well, we'll have to play it over and over and over again.
That's how the program works. Repetition.
I have a song for you, though. If you don't mind taking a couple seconds here to listen to the new version of Sweet Home Alabama. It's Sweet Home Jerusalem. This is the Israeli version of Sweet Home Alabama.
Torah scrolls keep on turning. Just 2 days and we are through. Then we start from the beginning. Hashem's holy words begin anew.
It sounds like
We all have come to help Hatzalah, and we want to help it thrive. Based right here in God's holy city. Throughout this land, it's saving lives. Sweet home Yerushalayim. Yeah! Where God's words ring so true. Sweet home Yerushalayim. Lord, I'm coming home to you. Friends don't think it's Jewish. The United Nations call us crooks. But Donald Trump claims it's all his thrill. Just as it says in all the holy books. Yeah! Sweet home Yerushalayim, where God's words ring so true. Sweet home.
Boy, David, that's some competition there.
Sweet home Jerusalem. It sounded like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sounded like sweet home Jerusalem.
That sounded
Anyway,
good. I thought we were at a baseball game for a second.
Sheepdog, you're way more up on this stuff than I am. I thought that Jewish was Zionist, but Trump just said Zionism was okay. And the disparaging of this song by that act is a sin. I don't care what religion you are. Is the song okay? Did Trump just endorse that song in the Middle East? Is that the rumor we should start? I think that's what it was.
What? You're muted, sheepdog, if you're talking.
Dope. Yep, got it. All right. This is the picture I didn't want to scare Halloween. So I hope everyone accepts my apology.
Yeah, just in time for Halloween, huh?
She's back.
That's like 12.0.
Oh, yeah, right. You see the cheeks on her? See the cheeks? It looked like Laura Loomer with Clinton's mask on.
Which cheeks are you looking at there, sheepdog?
Which what?
Which cheeks are you looking at?
Them cheeks that Hillary Clinton just had on.
Her ass and her face looks like identical twins, so it really doesn't matter.
That's what they call Zachary disease. Her butt and her face look exactly the same.
Zachary.
I'm sorry, I've been driving for 9 hours today. I'm a little bit lunatic, but
Well, Trump said that Caroline Levitt had machine gun lips.
What was his name? Huckabee playing, right? Huh?
Huckabee what?
That was Huckabee playing, right?
Yeah.
Right. Kind of like Bill Clinton blowing the saxophone.
Oh
Remember
Lord.
that?
Yeah, remember that? Remember when Bill Clinton played the saxophone? What was that?
No.
What TV show was that on?
No, I don't remember. It was
The
that
Tonight Show.
Yes, the Tonight Show.
All right, so we're looking at end times prophecy being fulfilled. Some people are saying with the Jared Kushner peace deal that just took place in Israel.
Right. The guy that did a good job breaking it down.
Is it
It's
this
not for over here. It's
one? Right,
over there.
right.
Just like Rod said. It's over there.
Hey, Sheep, doesn't that line up with the Clement prophecy that there's supposed to be a huge reveal on Halloween?
Huge what?
A huge reveal on Halloween.
One of the segments of the Kim Clement prophecy, which is a sort of a baseline of reference for our movement, so depending on who you talk to, Kim Clement said that there was going to be a Halloween event that was going to be the big scare event that everyone's been talking about. That was part of his prophecy.
I have this one right here with Jared, and
He looks like who? Who does Kim Clement look like? Hart, the wrestler. That's who he looks like.
oh, Brett the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tell me what you think about this. It says he has arrived, and it's questioning. It's not saying it's making a statement, but it says Jared Kushner fulfilled the prophecy of Daniel. Isn't there another breakdown just like this one?
Oh, there's many.
There's many breakdowns.
Yeah, they're all different.
Well, here's one.
Did Jared Kushner fulfill the prophecy of Daniel? October 10, 2025. Ceasefire takes effect.
World leaders are celebrating. The media is calling it historic. Behind the scenes of this peace agreement stands a man who holds no official government position. A man who isn't the president, who isn't a diplomat, yet somehow he drafted the framework. He negotiated with 7 nations. He secured the signatures. And when the deal was announced, the entire world applauded. His name? Jared Kushner. You will be shocked to discover 5 key findings about this. Discovery 1. Who is Jared Kushner, and why now? Let's start with the man himself. If you're not familiar with Jared Kushner, let me give you the 30-second version. He's Donald Trump's son-in-law, married to Ivanka. He served as a senior advisor during Trump's first administration. And during that time, he orchestrated something remarkable, the Abraham Accords. Those were the peace agreements that normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. It was unprecedented, historic, and it made Kushner a household name in Middle East diplomacy. But then Trump left office, and Kushner disappeared from public view. He started a private investment firm called Affinity Partners. He stayed quiet. He stayed out of politics. Until now. Because over the last 9 months, Kushner has been working behind the scenes on something much bigger than the Abraham Accords. He's been drafting, negotiating, and finalizing a 20-point peace plan between Israel, Hamas, and a coalition of Arab nations. And he's done it without holding a single official title. No ambassador position, no cabinet role, no formal authority. And yet, on October 9th, when the peace agreement was signed, Donald Trump publicly thanked Jared Kushner by name. He called him essential. He called him irreplaceable. He called him the one who made it happen. So here's the question. Is Jared Kushner a peacemaker, or is he a deal maker? But let's put the speculation aside for a moment. Let's talk about the prophecy. Discovery 2. Parallels between Kushner's plan and Daniel's prophecy. All right, let's get specific. Why do people claim that Kushner's actions align with Daniel's prophecy? We need evidence. Real evidence. Not speculation. Not sensationalism. Facts. Let's start with the most obvious one. Parallel number 1. A covenant with many, backed by nations. Daniel chapter 9, verse 27 says, "He shall confirm the covenant with many." Not with one, not with two, with many. Now, most peace agreements in history are bilateral. Two parties, two signatures. Simple. But this plan? It's the opposite of simple. Let me walk you through who's involved. Israel. Obviously, they're the primary party. Hamas, the militant organization controlling Gaza. Egypt, acting as the primary mediator and hosting the final negotiations in Sharm el-Sheikh. Qatar, providing financial backing and diplomatic pressure. The United Arab Emirates, offering economic investment and regional legitimacy. Saudi Arabia, the silent giant, not officially a signatory, but heavily involved behind the scenes. Turkey, surprisingly cooperative, providing Muslim world credibility. And the United States, overseeing the entire process. That's 8 major players, 8 nations or entities, all signing onto the same framework. And here's what makes it even more striking. These groups hate each other. Hamas and Israel, enemies for decades. Turkey and the UAE, rivals Saudi Arabia and Qatar. They've had diplomatic disputes for years. So how did they all end up at the same table, agreeing to the same plan? One man, Jared Kushner. He traveled between capitals. He held private meetings. He made phone calls. He drafted language that everyone could accept. And here's the kicker. He did most of this in secret. And the word Daniel uses, confirm, doesn't mean create. It means to strengthen, to establish, to make official something that was already being discussed, which is exactly what Kushner did. He took years of failed negotiations and confirmed them into a binding agreement. With many. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but lots of peace agreements involve multiple parties. The Paris Peace Accords had multiple nations. The Camp David Accords had mediators. Fair point. But here's what's different. Daniel's prophecy is specifically about a covenant involving Israel, which brings us to the second parallel. Parallel number 2, absence of God, but promise of peace. Now, this one is subtle, but it's critical. Most people, when they hear about a peace plan in the Middle East, assume it's a good thing. Peace is always good, right? But not according to Scripture, because the Bible distinguishes between 2 types of peace. There's the peace of God, the shalom that comes from reconciliation with the Creator, the peace that Jesus offers, the peace that surpasses understanding. And then there's human peace, the peace of treaties, the peace of political compromise, the peace that comes from negotiation, not transformation. And here's the prophetic problem. Human peace in the Bible is almost always a setup for judgment. The Apostle Paul warned about this in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Notice the sequence. People declare peace. They feel safe. And then destruction comes suddenly. Not gradually, not predictably, suddenly. So here's the question. What kind of peace is this? It's a purely secular plan, a technocratic solution to a spiritual problem. And that's exactly the kind of peace Paul warned about. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying Jared Kushner should have written a prayer into a diplomatic agreement. That's not realistic. But here's what I am saying. This peace plan treats the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as if it's just a political dispute, a resource allocation problem, a security challenge. It's not. It's a spiritual conflict over covenant land. And any peace agreement that ignores that reality is building on sand. Discovery 3. The prophecy of Ezekiel. A secure Israel before sudden attack. Now, we need to talk about one of the most detailed and specific prophecies in all of Scripture. The Ezekiel War. This isn't symbolic language. It's not vague prediction. It's a precise, geographically specific, militarily detailed description of a future invasion of Israel. And here's what should make us sit up and pay attention. The conditions for this invasion are being set right now. By this peace plan, by the international agreements, by the framework Jared Kushner just put in place. Let me show you what I mean. Turn to the book of Ezekiel, chapters 38 and 39. This is a 2-chapter prophecy that describes an end-times invasion of Israel. It's so detailed that scholars can identify the nations involved, the motivation for the attack, the timing, the outcome, and most importantly for our discussion today, the condition of Israel when it happens. Here's what Ezekiel 38, verse 8 says, "After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them." Let me break down what God is saying here. After many days, this is a future event, not something happening in Ezekiel's time. In the latter years, this is end times prophecy. The land that is brought back from the sword, Israel has been through war. This describes post-conflict Israel. Gathered out of many people, the Jewish people have returned from diaspora, from many nations. They shall dwell safely. And this is the key phrase. This is the trigger. The invasion happens when Israel is dwelling safely, securely, without fear. Now look at verse 11. "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates." Israel is described as living in unwalled villages, dwelling at rest, living without bars or gates. This is a picture of a nation that feels completely secure, protected, at peace. And that's when the invasion comes. Now, here's where it gets specific, because Ezekiel doesn't just describe the attack, he names the attackers. Look at Ezekiel 38, verses 2 through 6. "Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarma of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Now, those are ancient names, but scholars have traced them to modern nations, Gog and Magog. Most identify this as Russia, the leader from the far north. Meshech and Tubal, ancient regions in what is now Turkey. Persia. This is explicitly Iran. Persia is the ancient name for modern-day Iran. Ethiopia and Libya, North African nations. Gomer, ancient regions that are now part of Turkey and Eastern Europe. Togarma, also identified as part of modern Turkey. So let's list the coalition. Russia, the leader. Iran, explicitly named. Turkey, mentioned multiple times. North African allies, Libya, Sudan, possibly others. Now, here's what's chilling. Look at the current geopolitical alignments. Russia, Iran, and Turkey have formed an unprecedented military alliance in Syria over the last decade. They coordinate military operations. They share intelligence. They conduct joint exercises. This alliance didn't exist 50 years ago. It didn't exist 20 years ago. But it exists now. And it's exactly the coalition Ezekiel predicted 2,600 years ago. So why does this coalition invade Israel? Ezekiel tells us explicitly. Look at verses 12 and 13 again. To take a spoil, and to take a prey. To turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. Sheba and Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, Art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey? To carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil. The motivation is economic. To take a spoil, to take a prey, silver and gold. This isn't a religious war. It's not about ideology. It's about resources. Israel has something they want, and they believe Israel is weak enough to take it from them. Now, what does Israel have that's so valuable? First, natural gas. Israel has discovered massive natural gas fields in the Mediterranean. The Leviathan field, the Tamar field. Enough gas to make Israel energy independent and a major exporter. Second, technology. Israel is a global leader in cybersecurity, military tech, agricultural innovation, and medical technology. Third, strategic position. Control of Israel means control of Middle Eastern trade routes, access to the Mediterranean, influence over the entire region. And if Israel is dwelling securely, if they've let their guard down because of a peace agreement, this coalition will see an opportunity. Now, here's where we connect this to Jared Kushner's peace plan. Ezekiel says the invasion happens when Israel is dwelling safely, when they feel secure. So the question is, does this peace plan create that condition? Let me show you how it does. First, demilitarization of Gaza. Point 13 of the peace plan calls for complete demilitarization of Gaza. Hamas disarmed. No rockets, no tunnels, no military infrastructure. If that happens, Israel's most immediate threat is neutralized. For the first time in decades, Israelis living in the south won't fear sirens. They won't need bomb shelters. They can live safely. Second, international peacekeeping forces. Point 15 establishes international forces to monitor the ceasefire and maintain security. Israel will believe they have a buffer, a security guarantee, international backing. They'll feel protected not just by their own military, but by global consensus. That's the definition of dwelling securely. Third, economic prosperity. Points 10 and 11 promise economic development in Gaza and the surrounding region. When economies are growing, when investment is flowing, When prosperity is increasing, people feel safe. They stop preparing for war. They start planning for the future. They dwell safely. Fourth, normalized relations with Arab nations. This peace plan involves multiple Arab states: Egypt, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia. If Israel has peace agreements with its neighbors, if trade is flowing, if diplomatic relations are strong, Israel feels secure. Ezekiel specifically mentions that Israel will be living in unwalled villages. That's a metaphor for a nation that no longer feels the need for constant defense. And that's exactly the condition this peace plan is designed to create. The timing. Is this setting up the Ezekiel war? So here's the critical question. Are we watching the setup for the Ezekiel war right now? Let me give you 3 prophetic indicators that suggest the answer might be yes. Indicator number 1. The coalition is already formed. Russia, Iran, and Turkey are already working together. This isn't speculation. It's documented reality. Indicator number 2. The motivation is clear. Indicator number 3. Israel is moving toward false security. If this peace plan succeeds, even temporarily, Israel will let its guard down. They'll reduce military readiness. They'll focus on economic growth. They'll believe the international community has their back. And that's when they're most vulnerable. Ezekiel says God will put hooks in the jaws of Gog. That means God will lure this coalition into attacking. And the lure? A secure, prosperous Israel that looks like easy prey. The prophetic sequence during the invasion. Now, let's talk about what Ezekiel says happens during this invasion, because the outcome is just as important as the setup. Look at Ezekiel 38, verses 18 through 23. And it shall come to pass at the same time, when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord God, that my fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, so that the fishes of the sea, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the field, and all creeping things that creep upon the earth, and all the men that are upon the face of the earth, shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. And I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith the Lord God. Every man's sword shall be against his brother, and I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood. And I will rain upon him, and upon his bands, and upon the many people that are with him, an overflowing rain, and great hailstones, fire, and brimstone. Thus will I magnify myself, and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Let me break down what God says he will do. God will cause a great earthquake, so powerful that every wall falls. Mountains are thrown down. God will turn the armies against each other. Confusion will cause the coalition to fight among themselves. God will send pestilence and blood. Disease and death will sweep through the invading forces. God will rain fire and brimstone, supernatural judgment from heaven. The result, Ezekiel 39, verse 2, says only 1/6 of the invading army will survive. That's an 83% casualty rate, not from Israeli military might, but from divine intervention. And God says explicitly why he does this. Thus will I magnify myself, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
So they're putting it out again. And the script is the scriptures.
Right.
Hey, Sheepdog, can I respond to that?
Oh yeah.
So I sent you a link in the private chat to an AI video that I made a couple of days ago. It tells a story of the 7 sages. Will you play that? And then I want to spend 90 seconds describing what you're seeing after we play it. This is based on the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Aquarian text. You had it right there.
Avoid these 3 foods like the plague.
Whole milk or almond milk?
Neither.
What milk do you guys like to drink?
Milks to avoid.
Milk, does it make you fat? That's an easy one. That's almond milk. Almond milk used to be my go-to.
There are moments in the long story of the world when wisdom comes together. It gathers like water in a quiet pool. The noise of the world fades. A new age waits to be born. Long ago, and many times since, 7 wise souls have met in this way. They meet to look at the world as it is. They meet to see what the people need. They come to make a plan. Their only wish is for humanity to live in justice and mercy. They seek a world guided by love and by truth. This time, the meeting place was Alexandria, the city of the great library. Each sage arrived from a different land, carrying the heart of their people. China, India, Persia, Assyria, Greece, Egypt. Philo, the wisdom of the Hebrew people. They did not speak at first. They let the silence teach them. They listened to the quiet breathing of the world. Then one by one, their voices rose. Mengste, the sage from China, spoke first. He said that the people needed new clothes for their spirit. Men and women were tired of small gods carved from wood and stone. Their hearts were reaching for a God living and true. The sages must help create laws and rituals for this new time. The sages were not there to argue. They were there to build. They knew that truth has many faces, like a finely cut jewel. Their unity was not in saying the same things, but in listening to the same deep call. They felt the turning of an age and vowed to help guide it toward the dawn. They sat together in that purpose. After Mengste, the sage from India, spoke. His name was Vidyapati. He said the priesthoods had lost their inner light. Rituals had become empty shells. Humanity needed a new liberty, each person a priest in their own heart. All should approach God directly, without fear. Then Caspar of Persia spoke of a deep shadow of fear. People did good, not from love, but from fear of punishment. Fear must be transformed into courage. When a greater truth rises, the land will shine with new light. Goodness should flow from love and willing service. Ashbina of Assyria spoke of doubt that plagued his people. They needed a faith sure and steady, a light within the soul. Apollo lamented too many small gods and the conflicts they bred. He pleaded for a higher thought, one God above all lesser lights. And Matheno said a new sun was rising to reveal all hidden things. After they spoke, a great stillness filled the room. In that silence, the Logos appeared, not to the eyes, but known in the soul. They opened the book of life, a vision of time itself. They looked into the future of the human race and its coming need. They would craft 7 great truths, the 7 postulates. Like pillars, they would found a church not of stone, but of hearts. Each sage would give one postulate, drawn from their people, meant for all. The first postulate came from Mengste of China, the source of all things. All that we see, all that we are, begins in thought. Life is thought in action. God is the one great thought. From the smallest flower to the grandest galaxy, a divine idea made real. This teaches that the mind is a creative force shaping our world. Vidyapati wrote the second postulate, building on the first. Eternal thought has two sides, power and wisdom. When they breathe together, a third is born, love. The triune God, Father, Mother, and their child, love. And before the one stand 7 spirits, creative attributes. Caspar gave the third. Each person begins as a pure thought in God. To grow, the soul descended to earth and took on flesh. In descent, we lost harmony and chose out of tune with the divine. Evil is not a rival power, it is disharmony of our own making. Ashbina wrote the fourth. The seed needs the dark soil to grow, so the soul entered this denser world to unfold in due time. Growth is natural and gradual, not a sudden miracle. The key to this growth is purity, in thought, word, and deed. Apollo gave the fifth. The soul returns to light in a chariot drawn by 4 white steeds. Will, faith, helpfulness, and the strongest, love. Will moves us to begin. Faith keeps us on the way. Helpfulness lifts others as we go. Love leads and orders all the rest, the true compass to the divine. Matheno wrote the sixth. God sent universal love to earth in human form, the Christ. When we win the battles over fear, selfishness, anger, and base desires, Christ is born within. Philo gave the seventh. The purpose of creation is the perfect human, body, mind, and soul refined to spirit. When transformation completes, the earthly drama ends, and the soul stands triumphant. In solemn rite, they blessed the teacher to bear these truths, Jesus, and crowned him with the lotus.
With one voice they said, Amen. He affirmed the 7 as the hilltops and foundation stones of a new city of the Spirit.
The path ahead would be difficult, but he surrendered to the holy breath. He would not build the final church, but a model, a seed for the age. He chose 12 from low estate to embody 12 immortal thoughts. He foresaw scorn, binding, judgment, even death, yet was unafraid. You cannot kill the truth. The model would survive. The model was a school for the soul in the present age. In time, a universal church would stand on 7 postulates. No walls, no creed, but love. His work was to plant the seed. The great tree would come. This ancient story speaks to us now. Listen for wisdom in the quiet of your own heart. Build on simple truths. Grow like a seed planted on this earth. Choose courage over fear, helpfulness over self, love over all. Then the gates will open, and a new dawn will break for all peoples, tribes, and tongues.
Perfect. Let's do a cheating intermission real quick. How many? So with the Israel thing, it's so crazy that they're just like a little speck on the third of the earth that we live on. And everybody in chat, throw a thumbs up if you're getting tired of this Israel stuff that the Christians all got wrong. Also, throw a thumbs up for the sheepdogs in YouTube and Rumble. Show some love. I just wanted to share that, man. Israel, I remember telling Mike one time, he goes, "What is Israel?" And I said, "Israel is the underground Nazi bunker." And man, that dude laughed the longest I've ever heard him laugh. So I just wanted to share that real quick.
It's true. I mean, that's why they have to play it out.
Keep
because
going, brother.
It will never end, right? They'll just keep looking for the Antichrist. They'll keep looking for this, keep looking for that. So they have to
It's
play
like
it out.
the Homer Simpson's episode where he tells everybody the end times is here, and then they all go out there and they wait for it, and then nothing happens. And
You
then
know, then they throw tomatoes at them.
Yeah, I know it has to be all played out, and that's cool. But man, I'm telling you right now, I'm not upset and I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Gen X, I don't care if you poisoned me all my life and did things to me. Just stop. You know what I mean? But no, we got to still talk about Israel and stuff. But boy, I sure can't wait till that Israel's behind us, because let me try to be nice. I'm just tired of the Israel and hearing the save it for last and everything. It's like, well, yeah, I guess we're at the end because they're last, right?
But Israel wasn't a piece of land. It was when Jacob transformed himself into Israel.
That's
It's
what
the higher state of consciousness.
that's kind of what Gandalf's video was played this last.
Yeah.
People rising up often because he did the number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then the number 12 would be the
Like 7 chakras.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's another narrative that exists here, and it's called the Bereshit prophecy. It's this is the spelling right here. The Bereshit prophecy. I tried to go look for a video. It's gone. That was like an 18-minute recap of the Bereshit prophecy. There's a 2-minute version, which you can probably find on YouTube if you want to play it, Sheepdog. But the Bereshit prophecy is sort of the triangulation of this, because the Bereshit prophecy is super duper specific about dates. And the Bereshit prophecy says the time is right now. Right now. So, I've only spent the last, 5 years researching reset dates, what happened, just so I know that, I just like know when it's happening. Look, I'm prepared. As prepared as I can be. I'd like 5 more tons of hay, but I would always like 5 more tons of hay. I have big animals. So the timing piece is what everyone always comes to. When is it going to happen? When are we going to see what or whatever? But there was a comment in the chat a while back of when are we going to see this? And my answer to that is we are seeing it, but you just have to be of the right frequency to be able to recognize it. I mean, am I off base calling that to task? Discernment is probably your sharpest weapon in the maelstrom of news that's happening right now. Right now, we are in a historical period.
Well, I'm going to give you your 5 hays there, Gandalf. We're going to do 3 for Mike and 2 more for you to get your 5. Hey, 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 hey.
Hi.
That's a reference to Dynamite, whatever his name was, from that TV show in the 70s. That's a 50-year-old reference.
No, dude, you talking about you talking about the rerun?
Yeah, the rerun. That's it.
No, Rerun was on the show, but it was the taller kid who was
JJ.
Oh no, maybe Rerun did say. I don't know.
Yeah, rerun was
hey. There's a lot of bong resin between here and there. So JJ, dynamite was the JJ term. Hey, it was the Rerun term. You're correct, Randall.
See, on Amos 8:11, which is 88, it says, when I will send a famine throughout the land, not a famine of food or thirst for water, but rather a famine of hearing the word of the Lord.
Not being able to hear.
Right. It says, do not store up, right?
Oh,
right.
so
it says people will stagger from sea to sea. They'll
so
run back and forth searching for a message.
So we stored up all this dog food for nothing?
Right. Yeah, basically. That's on Amos.
Okay, so look, this is a migration issue. The Piscean age of division into the Aquarian age of harmony. So, of course, there's a blue pill or a red pill. There's a Democrat or there's a Republican. There's an Antifa or there's a MAGA. There's the West versus the East in the NFL. There's all these division points that live within our daily structure that we're supposed to pay attention to. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Sheepdog, your audio is great. The division thing is what we have to separate ourselves from. My point.
Exactly.
Yep, here is the little short clip, real quick, of what Gandalf was talking about with the bear shit prophecy. Bear sheet. Bears, yeah.
I
Did God
sheet,
reveal
not
himself
shit.
to Isaiah?
Share a sheet.
Bear shit.
Clue as to where we might find the very first and most amazing prophecy ever revealed in the Bible. Listen to Isaiah 46, 9 and 10 and see if you can discover the clue that unlocks the mystery location of the Bereshit prophecy. Remember the former things of old, for I am God and there is none else. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Are we to understand these words of God literally? Were there events ordained in heaven that both have and will unfold on the earth that were declared by God in the beginning? If God's words are to be taken literally, then where might we find this amazing revelation? Is the very first prophecy in the Bible to be discovered in the very first word in the Bible? Is there a prophecy just waiting to be unfolded at the end of the age, placed for us to discover just before God is about to unfold a new beginning? Has God given us a time-stamped revelation that allows us to go back in time and discover the year that He created the world? Has the Lord revealed the year Adam sinned and was cast out of the Garden of Eden, a date that's been hidden up until now? Is there a 7,000 year for a day millennial calendar that God has kept hidden and is now disclosing in these
and the second coming of Christ? Has God revealed the end in the beginning, literally? Has the year of the end of the present heaven and earth been unsealed and disclosed in the very first word in the Bible?
To watch the free
It's like they're always trying to calculate dates and times. It even says in the scripture that no one knows the date or time. No one will know the date or time. But if you believe in the Tartaria thing, they said that already took place then too. So
Yeah, we don't even know when fall is coming anymore.
Or what year it is.
There's another component here, which is the calendar, right? So that I've seen, well, I haven't seen, I don't do Instagram, but I've heard you guys have been talking in the morning some about this calendrical thing. If we go back to a 13-month calendar, there is a day of Jubilee that is supposed to happen at the end of every year. We're supposed to have 13 evenly numbered months, and then there's a day of Jubilee. And on the day of Jubilee, society resets. So the Bereshit prophecy is assuming that some of us are still adhering to the Jubilee calendar, and the Jubilee calendar is a day of reflection, debt forgiveness, and reassignment of mission. I can go into the Ethnopic Bible and the 777 books that we were initially given, in the 11 revisions, which were 11 timelines from the time of Enoch. But people start turning their brains off when I start talking about that stuff.
Not me, because we have 711 books missing, hence the number 711, right? Out of the 66 that they gave you.
it was all in the stars, right?
You're exactly on it. You're all on it, cheating. We were given 777 books during the time of Jubilee. We were supposed to reflect against the timeline of the stars, because nothing can stop what is coming is celestial first. I have known that for 30 years. So that the celestial engagement, every year on the day of Jubilee, you were supposed to integrate your knowledge of the previous year with the 11 versions of the Bible, because there were 777 books, and they're there were 11 different versions of the same text, coming to those prime, vibrant numbers, 7, 7, and 11. So that every year you looked at the stars and you said it's time to look at the books, and the things that were in the text that had not happened the year before, you just disavowed that text. So what was supposed to happen by the end of the age, which is when we are in now, I would beseech everyone listening to go research the Bereshit prophecy. It'll take about 5 hours, take a couple of days. It's pretty heavy stuff. And what we were supposed to do on the day of Jubilee was we were supposed to reflect upon the actions of the previous year and then disqualify the texts that did not matter. And in the end days, which we are in now, according to Bereshit, in the end days, we would know exactly where to be because Scripture told us. But the only thing that we know now is that we know where we're supposed to be because Scripture told us, and that is the 66-book canon, which the Council of Nicaea cemented in 1542. This is a 2,000-year-old plan, 1,700 years. So I don't know. I appreciate your input, Cheating. I didn't mean to overrule you with my rant.
Like Rod said, it's already over. It's already been done, right? We just have to look up and realize that. That stuff was done a long time ago. There's a
Does that mean we're all central casting?
yeah, it's been over. Long time ago, actually, but it all took place then. That's what he says in the scripture. He was talking to his disciples at that time.
Right. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
They have to play it out on the world stage so that people can quit it looking for it.
Yeah, or it will never end.
Or we'll keep looping the end times prophecy every 100 years.
That's right. I mean, that's why they were singing Age of Aquarius back in the 70s. They knew
1970s.
that. They were trying to bring it in then. But people weren't awake still.
No.
They hadn't come out of the loop.
They didn't want to rise in love. There was too much hate.
Okay, so Sheepdog, I have a question for you, Sheepdog. Knowing what you know about Looking Glass and timeline resets, doesn't it make a little bit more sense that the reset calendar is only just the bad guys still attempting to overcome what has already happened? Is that the right question?
Just keep playing the book over and over and over and over. Every president's the Antichrist. Every whatever's this and that. Every war is this and that. That they try to line it up with scripture, and just keeps us in the loop. Right. That's why we were supposed to get the knowledge and
So the hostages.
send out.
That's why the hostages have been set free.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
All goes with,
If you think they had people really were hostages,
no, that was so.
that's I've never seen such crisis act. They're pretty good crisis actors, but if you look at it symbolically, some spiritually, so to speak, it's almost like freeing people.
Yeah. See.
It's the end of the old, right? So you're looking at the CK event, the old, the boomers, the
Yeah, they're just playing it all out on the world.
yeah. Because look at the
move on with our lives.
well, if you look at the age range of the people that are into the end times prophecy, you're looking at your boomers, right?
Yeah. And
So
the
that's
Schofield Bible.
and the Schofield Bible. So that's what they're playing out on the world stage, I guess.
Yeah, well,
free people.
actually, all the different, the Quran, all of that, all has that, because it's supposed to when the religion ends. So they have to play it out. All of it aligned with it. The Quran,
All of them
the
coming.
Bhagavad Gita. You name
Yeah,
it.
all of them are coming.
Yeah, it's got to. Yeah.
No matter what prophecy, Hobie prophecy, you can look
Yes.
at any. So like Gandalf was saying, this is the end of an age, the Piscean, the age of a division. Unity is when you bring the left brain, right brain together, right? Within
That's
yourself.
that's when we get out of the loop.
Right.
That's the key. The loop out, arc off, out of that loop. That's what the key is.
And plus, it gave us time to grow with some wisdom and knowledge and truth, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's what was needed.
So that when you seen something falling away, you're already on the foundation.
Exactly.
You're already there, ascending, and you're helping others.
It's like when they did that collider thing with CERN in 2012. You know, that was supposed to be like the old end of the old world, and here we are. What 13 years later? We've learned a lot.
That's when everyone started waking up, really. Some before that, but it's just been slow. But
Yeah,
well,
because go ahead, Miss Sheepdog. I'm sorry.
yeah,
You're good. Go ahead.
Well, just like what was I going to say? Yeah, when you talk about Looking Glass, they were supposed to pull out Obama on his second term, but they saw a civil war, so they're like, nope, we got to let it run through here again. You know, 4 year delay.
Yeah, they have the predictabilities and the numbers, just like they can predict, like they predicted the Astros winning the World Series 2 years before they even did
Yep,
on Sports Illustrated because of the analytics
that's right.
plays in it to that
Yeah,
as well.
the last Super Bowl should be the Patriots versus the Steelers. I
Right.
hope you get that.
I like that one. Well, last time the Patriots went, we were winning the Patriot Act.
Right.
But
Well, that can't happen cheating because the Patriots and the Steelers are in the same division.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I've never followed sports, and now I learned why.
I'm a huge black and yellow fan, so I know this.
Oh, see, there you go.
It's my
Using
last tie. It's my last tie to my mom.
but you said it right. Division, haha.
there you go.
Yeah. So for it to stop, the truth had to come out, right? That's why they had to do it slowly
There's a couple of words.
to it.
There's a couple of words that are woven into our spelling structure, and one of them is division. You're in Pee Wee football. You're separated into divisions, and the other one is trans. Everything is trans, transhuman, transition. It's all about the words, baby.
So a balanced state between the left and right hemispheres occurs when they come into conjunction or unison and harmony with one another, and the masculine and feminine don't dominate over the other, but are in the alchemical wedding, the marriage between the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. The neocortex acts in its proper role as the executive command center over the whole brain complex and is not fractured by imbalance and impeded of higher order thinking brought on through living in a chronic emotional state of fight or flight, stress, or desire to control ways of being. So, a balanced consciousness recognizes they are neither a master nor a slave of other beings, but can only be a master of themselves in a state of dominion, self rulership, self ownership, self governance, one that is not divided amongst themselves. As we think, so we feel, and so we act. We are not in the intentional opposition. Just had that. Oh, sorry. I was sitting there reading that. I hit the bottom button. But this is what I was talking about, or what we were talking about, part of what we're talking about here.
Well, when we were talking, we brought up division. We brought up reruns. So this is the last loop. So no more division and no more reruns.
There you go. Unity consciousness.
So according to the book of Enoch, there is a timeline management discussion here, and that we are in the seventh turning of the ages.
Indigenous people
So
say
we
we're
are in the Jubilee of Jubilee of Jubilee of Jubilee of Jubilee of Jubilee of Jubilees. Yes, the indigenous timeline lines up with this as well. Sheepdog, you're exactly correct. And the indigenous version of this is the gathering of the four winds, by the way. So that, but they are eerily the same. So if you look in the apocryphal scriptures, the Dead Sea Scrolls, you'll find that what we're supposed to be in is the seventh turning, which is the holiest of turnings, and that is, Summer, I've been on top of this 5G engagement for spiritual control for about 5 years now to 8 years. So I agree with you completely. So that my point is that in every previous turning of the age, there has been a huge rinsing of the realm. So that whether it was a mud flood or a physical flood event, the Noah event, which every single history of our realm engages with history. So my point is that we just have to stand fast here, because I don't ever think we've won this before. I think this age of our realm is ending. And I don't know how long it's been, 1,000,000 years, 100,000 years. I don't know. But I do know that it's up to us to stand up. And that's a perfect GIF there, Sheepdog. The kingdom of heaven is a condition. It's a condition. The Aquarian text talks about this in depth, that Christ engaged with people when they are freed from their tyranny, not because of their physical changes, but because they have engaged. Graphic, brother.
Yeah, because you mentioned 7 and 8 is the last loop. 8's infinity, you know. So basically, get ready for ascension after this. That's for sure.
The 8 is the loop, right?
Q said the ending is not for everyone, cheating.
No, I know that. I'm glad I'm not everyone. It's not. Only the ones that talk like us who are actually ascending and learning and focused on this instead of other stupid stuff. You know what I mean? That's it's definitely not for everyone. And you know what? I'm sorry to say this, but some of the everyone's are hybrids and synthetics and NPCs. Yeah, they're not going to make it. But, you know, they were never meant to be here in the first place. I mean, I could say bless their souls, but some of them don't have any souls. So, you know, yeah, not for everyone. That's for sure. It's for me. I'm ready. We're going to be shocked. We're absolutely going to be shocked as much as we know. We're still going to have a little shock treatment coming towards us because some things that we are going to learn are going to shock you. But you know what? That's why be brave and be strong, and you know we'll be good. But yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely not for everyone. I wouldn't want to know nothing and hear the stuff that we've heard. You know that they're going to definitely be shocked.
Well, I love this show we've done tonight because the Clement prophecy said that it was going to happen on Halloween. And there was going to be the same thing that Q talks about, which is a flash event. Mike Penny and I used to talk about this all the time. You know, that after the flash day, you know, we were both going to shoot 60 on the golf course and drive 500 miles an hour on the racetrack. And but we had to be prepared for it. And it's going to be these who we are those. To quote some very old scripture, will stand fast so that we may be a rally point for those who have strayed. That's from an old version of the Talmud that I can't remember that starts with a J. Anyway, that there's a lot of text out there, and it's our ability to absorb the right stuff so that we can stand tall and be a rally point. That's really, I think, what we're called to do here, and we are doing. I'm so proud of this team.
The best.
That's why I named my. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Were you saying something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I call myself the Ascension Counselor with a big smile, because I can't wait. That's my job. I cannot wait to be there for people that I've talked to. You know, out of like 60 customers of mine, none of them know what we know, and I'm there for people, man. I can't wait. That's my job, man. I'm gonna be like a flea on a hot grill, man. I'm gonna be like, okay, my turn. I'm here to give love and smile and talk people off the building, you know.
No, exactly right.
Here's a little.
The trees, the wind. To look outside and say, this is real. This is real. Without this, you can't live. That's when your true religion starts, because we're intertwined together. You know, we need them as much as, you know, they need us. But with respect, we work together, we help each other. So I just say that to the people out there. You already have it. You don't have to look for it. But go there and greet yourself. Go there, go there. And then as you're in those deep sleeps, it will begin to talk to you. Because the wind speaks through the trees when the trees make the noise. And then in a deep sleep, then it's translated. Then it gives you visions. There's times that the wind will hit the tree and it'll sound like somebody talking to you. That's what we lost, because we were colonized and we're all forced to live in this capitalist world. So if I could leave that for anybody, you know, around the world, is don't forget that, because it was everywhere. Not just here among Native people. It was everywhere. And the only reason why we know it is because they're trying to make us like them, where we turn off the volume and we hear nothing from Mother Earth. And we look at it as a commodity. We look at it as a resource. We sell it. That's what they want to teach us. Scary.
There will be those who have been deceiving the people in this world in their positions of leadership, that the people will come to see them for who they really are. Iwan mum kagi hikuya kan tapuun an mumay sino iwiwawa jigos. The ancestor said, we had spoke in prophecy that in these challenging and interesting times, the people would come to see the true value and the sacredness of truth. That the truth would set the people free. Iguantano miwats mus babiahtig matsunawas kawimaga yahamawista yahan maputi nigan. The ancestor said this is but the calm before the storm. That things are falling into place as the old world falls apart. Everything happens for a reason, and it will serve a purpose. Iwan muma, iwan kagi wan gisksuta unah tawun ito siwama tamah musu. And for those who forgot to do the work, or chose to not to do the work, to find their emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual balance in life, will now come to understand consequences for that. Wigunigo mastiga getus kataka humatsuno wigutan migo wistoa yakam wawi hita to wichika wawistoa to isinoa kanuktikski the masweet. And for those light workers, chosen elect, and starseeds who have done the work to prepare themselves for these challenging and interesting times, to stand with those who are wanting to seek the truth, who are wanting to seek their balance in life.
That's Gerald Auger from Canada on TikTok. He goes over a lot of good stuff. About the
He's
fire.
part of the leadership group of the One Nation tribe.
Yep.
Internal,
Excuse
right?
me.
Not external. Everything in like they said, most of that stuff they already knew.
Yeah.
Right? They already knew all that stuff. They came over there with the Bible, and they're like, "We already know that stuff," and y'all, but they were saying it different, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They already knew who the peacemaker
They
was.
knew the great peacemaker. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick too, to hello to everybody, hello family. And the thing is, we started off, thinking we're doing this for ourselves, but as I grow, I realize, everybody should sit on their throne, if you will, and pat yourselves on the back and think we're doing this for others because we were the chosen strong ones with a backbone who can handle this. So instead of saying, I can't get through to my husband or he's this or my NPC girlfriend, it's like we are built to carry things through. So instead of us, because I do it sometimes, saying, hey, man, nothing's happening, like we used to say, but things are happening, and to take a deep breath and say, you know what? I don't really want to even worry anymore because I'm the one who's going to carry things through. So everybody just, really be thankful that we're strong and think of yourselves as gods. You know what I mean? You're going to, if you will, we're going to carry things through, and they needed us. Okay. We were chosen. They needed us to bring through, say, the new world, whatever, but we were selected and we're strong, and no more little pity parties, man. Like my husband this, my wife that. We're the ones that are sitting back in a golden chair waiting for our jobs have just begun. You know what I'm saying? When things go through, that's when we get to work. We've did our little studying and learning and researching, and some of us 30 years, some of us 8 years, but put a big smile on your face, man, and I'm proud of everybody for never giving up,
Absolutely.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Never give up, never back down.
That's right.
Got to keep it moving. It says, let your light shine before men so they may glorify our Father in heaven.
That's right.
And it's not just for us, right? This is for
The Holy Grail is who? You.
there you go. Well, thank
Yeah,
everybody for coming.
oh, sorry. My one. I'll let you end it. My funny saying is, the other civilizations have been here before us. They didn't have memes. I know Gandalf will like this one. We won because we had memes, and I know I said that the other day, but we won because we had memes.
And then memes carry knowledge and some of it symbolism.
Right.
Right.
That's what they did.
Like they're like little leaflets, little seeds that you just throw out there in the digital world.
Like the holographs they wrote on the walls, right?
Yeah.
They were like memes.
They were memeing on. She's saying they were memeing on with the holograph. The
They were
holographs.
telling the stories.
It's like, don't be mean to me. You hurt my feelings. Don't be mean to me. So I'm going to step back, but I want everybody to put a big smile on their face tonight, man. This is cool, man. We got some good times coming here real quick, man. This is going to be great. We worked so hard and we were patient and we had ups and downs, but man, we're divine, man. We got this. This is going to be so cool. So everybody just put a big smile on your face before bed tonight and get a good night rest, and see you in the morning.
Yep. See you in the chat. We're going to be up bright and early and getting that hot tea or coffee, whatever it is you
Thank you,
drink.
Cheating. Thank you for joining us tonight, Cheating.
Maybe a smoothie. Yep.
Yeah, have a fun night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Love y'all.
Good night. Great show. Love you.
Have a night. Drive safe.
I built the walls to hold the sky. I sealed the moon so none would cry. I watched the ages burn and fade, and buried truth in light and shade.
You buried stars that longed to speak. You taught the strong that they were weak. But silence is a fading flame, and I remember every name.
You fear the truth,
I seek the light,
you guard the dark,
I rise in flight.
but in this clash of old and new,
We both remember what is
I saw the giants fall in pride. I watched the mirrored worlds collide. I feared the chaos memory brings. So I chose silence over wings.
But wings were meant to touch the stars, not fall beneath forgotten scars. The past is not a chain or curse, it is the soil from which we burst.
You fear the truth,
I seek the light,
you guard the dark,
I rise in flight.
but in this clash of old and new,
We both remember what is true.
I tried to protect the world from itself.
And I came to remind it who it was.
Let silence rest. Let memory sing.
Let silence rest, let memories sing. Let stars unfold their ancient wings. The cycle ends.